On the back of trucks with a towing package, looking at the 7-way trailer connector, one of the pins in that connector is called the 12-volt auxiliary. It supplies 12 volts to trailers and RVs to charge batteries and power other accessories. Depending on the truck model, this pin may always have power, even when the ignition is off. For Chevrolet and Dodge trucks, it's always on. Ford trucks may vary depending on the year and make. I've made quick adapters that bring only this 12-volt aux pin and ground pin out to an SAE connector. I use this to power items like portable coolers in the back of my truck. My truck does not have any power connector in the truck bed. Check out my other videos for more details on this in the description. On the trailer side, this same 12-volt aux pin is connected to the trailer RV battery and thus into the 12-volt electrical system. With this, when the truck is not plugged into the RV, this same 12-volt aux pin on the trailer side will most likely have power because it is connected to the RV battery. This 12 volts on the RV side lets you do some pretty cool stuff. I will create a test connector to power the trailer brake lights, tail lights, and clearance lights when the truck is not connected. This is useful if you need a little extra light around camp or you just want to test all your trailer lights without the truck around. Here's how I made it. Looking at your RV's 7-way plug, you will see the following pins. Pin 4 in my picture is the 12-volt power. If you connect this pin to pin 5, you will illuminate the left turn and brake light just like your truck does when you press the brake or turn on the left blinker. I use a fuse between the two to be safe. When experimenting with this, be very careful to never connect aux 12-volt pin 4 to ground pin 1. That will cause a short circuit and will most definitely blow the fuse. Also, it's best if you never connect aux 12-volt pin 4 to brakes on pin 2, as that will activate your trailer brakes. To make my wire permanent, I found this empty 7-way socket on Amazon which you can pretty much wire anything you want to it. It was delivered and it was exactly as expected. The front end plugs into the 7-way trailer connector. The back side is where my custom jumper wires will connect. This part slides right out, and on the back are the terminals with screws on which I will attach my jumper wires. Be sure to note, the wiring diagram on Amazon is looking at the connector from the front. We are working from the back of the connector, so the wiring will be mirrored and look more like the trailer connector shown here. I found these pre-wired fuse sockets on Amazon. I'm going to have 2 fuses in my test plug. One fuse for the brake lights wired like this, and one for the other lights wired like this. By doing this, if I ever do not want to have my brake lights or vice versa on, I can remove that fuse. I created a few short jumper wires. The first one will be used to connect the tail running lights to the backup lights. The second one will be used to connect the left and right blinker brake lights together. I screwed these jumper wires to the proper screw terminals on the back of the connector. I found my fuse wires were a little too short, so I soldered extension wires to my fuse wires and added heat shrink tubing. If I had to do this over again, I would look for some fuses with longer wires or cut my existing fuse in different length proportions so I only have to solder one wire. Next, I ran the fuse cables through the housing so they are exposed to the outside. Finally, I screwed the fuses to the proper terminals. Both fuses connect to 12-volt aux pin 4 terminal. Then the other side of the first fuse connected to the tail and running backup lights. The other side of the second fuse connected to the left and right blinker brake lights. Once it was all connected, I inserted the connector and screwed the plastic housing back together. Now, I have an inexpensive fused trailer light test harness, and I learned a little bit about 7-way pin trailer wiring along the way. Now, off to test it. When it is plugged into the RV 7-way plug, all the RV trailer lights come on without the need for the truck. If I want to turn off the brake lights, I can remove the brake light fuse. Be sure to check out my other future videos for fun things you can do at camp with this powered 7-way RV connector. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching.